My name is Kelly Eggert, and I'm a mentor DBT facilitator. I primarily work in the Tacoma-Pierce County region, but I work all over. So it's really a pleasure to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I hear you are working on a scavenger hunt for clients to stay active with. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Oh, lovely. Yes, yes. DBT has decided to kind of embrace how can we support people and give them something to work on during their week. So we came up with an idea of developing these packets that they can work on in the week. And part of the packets are doing like activities, right, to support skill building and put those skills that they have been learning in DBT to practical use, right? And knowing that we have this stay-at-home situation fully going in, and people are like, doing what they need to do, and it comes with its challenges, right? One of the things that we fully were lensing is like, how can we take what we're teaching and fully turn it into an activity, right, for them to participate in as a fun activity, as accumulating a positive, right, and keep very much in alignment with what they've been learning with mindfulness. Right. So what can we do? And we're kind of, brainstorming this out and came up with this idea of a scavenger hunt. And it was, it turned out to be this very lovely, lovely thing. And you're interviewing me. So that's really cool, in the sense that it was an idea on the fly that we've kind of went, huh. And then we just kind of threw together, so to speak, how this was going to roll out. And so we went mindfulness. Mindfulness is sensory, right? That humans are all about sensory stuff. We have our eyes, ears, nose, mouth, right? And then we have our intuitiveness, right? And so how can we support that? So we came across with this idea of the scavenger hunt. And it was like, okay, so scavenger hunt. And it's like, how are we going to do this? And it's inside, outside, cool. So within their perimeters where they can go if they go for a walk or what have you. And then it's like, well, maybe we can get a little bit deeper in here. And so we went to, let's do the alphabet, right? So every day of the week, they can fully do these letters. And well, let's hit the sensory component. And so this was the evolution of the sensory scavenger hunt, essentially. And so in those packets, so what the scavenger hunt is every day there's a letter, so of the alphabet. So let's say that today's letter is A. So you and your DSP, right? So challenge, because you cannot duplicate, right? You and your DSP throughout the day are going to be mindful, so paying attention on purpose to something that's going to reflect the letter A with your eyes. So if you see an apple, then you're going to you see an apple, right? We're not tasting an apple then, right? So it's not going to be the taste. Apple's already used, right? And so then you would go into, okay, you're hearing an airplane. Cool, you got that one. Now, if your DSP fully hears that airplane, and you got two of the same things, ain't happening, right? We got to still be searching. So it's kind of increasing our awareness to bring mindfulness to our day and everything that we're doing, because really that's what mindfulness is, right? It's not about just learning it by the book or within the four walls. It's about taking that practice and applying it. So we're hoping to see an increase of mindfulness, and also the offset to that, with that increase, right, we get kind of an internal calm that fully happens.
Absolutely.
So that's a nice byproduct, right? Especially with being in those four walls. So that is the scavenger hunt. It's an A to Z, right? You can do it on your own. We're encouraging person to do it with DSP and fully go through all the sensory stuff. So what you see that begins with that letter, what you smell, what you taste, what you hear, and what you're touching, right? Then the next day there's a new letter.
Oh, that is so amazing.
Yeah.
Such a clever way to be able to activate those senses that maybe some people aren't able to activate right now with being confined within their house. So.
And really, when we're in like kind of that stressful, almost like crisis-y kind of a thing, right? It's very challenging, right? And when we were aware of, right, hey, I can fully do this and bring attention to this on purpose, and then find the byproduct of feeling, woo, right? On doing, because you're paying attention to something on purpose, it does do wonderful things with your brain chemistry. And the more that you practice, it's called cultivating your mindfulness. The more that you practice, the more you're going to benefit from being like a decrease in very urge responsive kind of behaviors. And so we can fully see maybe a reduction. I'm feeling stress being in four walls. there might be a reduction of kind of the visceral feeling of boredom, the itchiness of boredom that can lead to, right? Maybe some cover up of anger, and then we're having some kind of a behavior on that urge, or
Yeah.
I'm feeling afraid, and right, and I'm going to respond to my fear. So this is a way to kind of, it's the other side of it,
Yeah.
right? And we're kind of
Absolutely.
building that other side to bring balance and not take away from, what is going on, and radically accepting where we're at, because
Yep.
we are under these circumstances, but working with it, accepting that this is where we're at. We're going to do the best we can. And that's what we're doing. So scavenger hunt away.
It sure sounds like that's exactly what you're doing. Thank you so much, Kelly. I really appreciate you taking out the time in your day to do
And
this
I
with me.
appreciate this. This is beautiful to platform this, and I'm glad that it's an effective tool,
Mhm.
and it's a little, it's a little zesty zealy, and it's going to increase what we're wanting to see. Right?
Exactly. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chelsea.